It's Mark Husson's Astrology Hour. Time for you to expect something wonderful.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome. It's Mark Husson. This is Mark Husson's Astrology Hour coming to you live at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. on the East Coast. How you doing? Oh, my goodness. I rearranged things a little bit, so you might see me looking because I made you all bigger so I could see you, and the you all that I'm talking about are the people in the chat room. So let me say hi to you on this beautiful Aries moon, November 3rd, 2025. Let's see. I get to look up here now. I used to have to look down. And we're going to start with Sochi is in the house from Italy. So welcome, very welcome. She's listening live from Italy. I have a few people in Italy, Sochi. My main Tom, my support person that started 1-2's technical end of things for me years ago, just moved to Italy. I don't know many of the details, but he's in love. So, and everyone I know that goes there loves it. Thank you so much for listening in. It's good to have you here. And Christine Dumaurier is in the house. Thank you, Chris. Chris put up her numerology. The new for November are up. Christine, please be sure to link it because I was thinking about collecting all the links and I'm like, it's going to get a little too confusing for me. So you guys, please post your links. If you have anything, if you're in my room and you have something you want to share, please share it. It's okay. It's very safe. Christine, thank you for putting up the numerology things. So what you do, you guys, is you add your month and day. Okay, I'm just going to tell them, Christine, real quick. You just add your month and day. So July 16th is 7 plus 1 plus 6. Like break it all down, add them up. Okay, that's a 14. What's 14 is a 5. And then you add that to the current year. But we all know that the current year is going to equal the same number. So don't even worry about the current year this time around. Just add up your month and day and you got your numerology year. And she goes through every year what's happening for you in this 2 month of November. Why is it a 2 month? 11, 1 plus 1. It's fun, you guys, and she's really good at it. So thanks, Christine, for doing that. Please put your link up. Diana is in the house. Thank you so much for being here. Hi, Liz. Always good to see your kindness. Hi, Fran. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Shelly is in the house, and Michelle and Lori. Do you feel like Romper Room? Y'all remember Romper Room? Those of us that are over a certain age. Hi, Lori. Thanks again for being here. Truly's in the house. Good morning, everyone. So happy to be tuning in on this beautiful day. Thank you, baby. I love that you're here. Hi, Penny. Arlene is in the house. And Donna, thanks from Seattle. Karen's in the house. Our little Virgo Karen's in the house. Oh, my goodness. Tracy Rogers is in the house. Tracy's husband made this shirt. And I want her to put a link to her husband's shirts. He does amazing art. And there are a lot of beach themes, a lot of watery themes. I have one with the monster crab on it. Just beautiful, beautiful work. I mean, they're so pretty. So, this is all about supporting the people that we love and care about. Tracy's a new friend that I met on my gaming site, and she's like a mama hen, Cancer, like supporting everybody, always like she's here. I know she's here for me, but also I wanted her to come and support her husband's endeavor as well. So, us Cancers, hard to get us down from supporting you. Lenny, what are you doing, Lenny? Let's see. From Cornwall. Oh my God, I know. Erica couldn't get on the air today. I was so sorry about that. I didn't know anything about it. I listened in like I usually do, and she couldn't come. So welcome, Jennifer from Cornwall. That's across the pond, you guys. We have a couple of Europeans here. I mean, it's so sweet. I don't know what to say except I just love you for coming. Thank you so much for spending time. I know the time zone is very different. Ann is in the house. Hi, Ann. Thanks for coming. And Jim. Totally reminds me of Romper Room. I know. I know, Jim. I know. I love that you know that. I used to wait for her to say my name, and she never did. And I had the name, Mark. I mean, please. How hard is that one? Good morning, Mark. Happy to be here. Pamela, thank you. I wish you happy birthday tomorrow. Pamela's birthday is tomorrow. Happy birthday, baby. What a time to have a birthday. Your solar return, man. Your solar return. We're going to be looking at it. We are. We really are. So, gosh, that reminds me of so many things. Those of you that are members of the site, thank you. You can click join and become a member. John is offering his services. It's the first perk that is alive. The other perks are charts. I'm reducing the rates of all the charts. I'm working on a line of hats and t-shirts. And I mean that. I'm working hard on it. And Shopify has to call me today. I keep calling them Spotify. I don't even know why they work with me, but they have to call me. They have to work with me because there's a glitch as usual. And, but I have a line of things that I think are going to be fabulous. I mean, I'm so excited. I get to exercise that little muscle that I never get to exercise. Like, I have no personal creative taste. Like, I'm a terrible designer. I have no taste. Please don't defend me. I have no taste. I'm all water. I have 7 planets in water. I know what things look good when they look good. I know that that's beautiful together, but I can't create it. I can't do it. I'm telling you, I can't do it. I have to pay someone to do it. I can't do this. I can't. Now, what I can do, I do come up with things that I feel like I can put things together in a way that is kind of fun. Like, I have some cool phrases that I'm working on because I have Venus and Gemini. What are you going to do? Right? So we're going to go over today what's up and coming for this full moon. This full moon. Okay, I see. There we go. It's going to zoom in for a minute here because I gesticulate a little too much for my camera's taste. But we're going to go over the full moon energy, what's happening there. But yeah, John is the human perk. And people reminded me, like, a lot of new people don't know John. John is a psychological astrologer. I met him as a psychological astrologer. He was the first person in my life that actually changed the first person that ever did astrology the way I did it. We admired the same people. We were really Jungian. We were all psychologically based. And when we met, we went to a party together. He worked at a hospital. The woman that he worked with was an astrologer, Mary, a nice Italian lady, larger than life in many ways. And Mary said, "You live close to my friend Mark. Come to my party. I'm having a party." So I met him that way. We went to the party, and he spent the entire night in a corner table, and one at a time people came over, and he did their chart the entire night, 6 hours. And he mostly focused on the North and South Node, but oh my God, he was blowing people away. And he was so kind and so generous. And so, like, every time I was around John, I felt like my life was safe. That was the feeling. I had just met him. I have so many stories about that. I will tell you later. But anyway, the point is, I admired him then, and I admire him more now. And people from all over the world come to get a reading from him. Psychiatrists all over. He has a group of psychiatrists in Denver, not psychologists, psychiatrists, who use him to help identify some issues that might be underlying in their patients' charts. And he's just the most, he spends hours on a chart before he talks to you. So he's offering that to my members at $100. Which is insane and lovely and so kind of him. And I'm cutting him off soon. But I want you to take advantage of it. So the members know how to do that. The videos are up. You can get the information and the instructions. And if you're new to being a member, thank you again. And if it's just too much money and it's $3 a month, and I totally understand. It's not about the money. It's about, I want to build a community with you, and I'm working my butt off to make sure that it feels worth it to you. So I'm going to stay with this for as long as I can. So thank you. Also, those of you that don't know about 12listen.com, that's where we have advisors from all over the world. We've been there now over 17 years. 12listen.com. I'll let the site explain itself to you. Okay. Let's talk about what's going on. let me get over to the big monitor. Now, I have erased all the planets except for the sun and the moon here because I want you to be able to see clearly what I'm talking about here. Okay, so remember that today is an Aries moon and that we are working toward a full moon. Now, I'm going to bring this chart closer. Takes me a second here. There we go. Now, I want you to see this. This is the moon. This is the sun. It needs to be opposite the sun to be a full moon. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to advance this for one day. Uh-oh, it's getting close. Let's see, when is the full moon? The full moon is Wednesday, so I'm going to go 2 days in advance. And look at that. It's now opposite the moon. Now, these numbers will be exact for it to be full. This says here 13 and 19. When the moon goes to 13 degrees, 45 minutes of Scorpio, of Taurus, it will be full. That happens on Wednesday. So let's talk a little bit about some of this dynamic, because I'm going to throw in some other planets to help you understand a little bit about just how intense this cycle is. And when I say intense, I mean one of those things where you start losing. Are you losing me? Oh, Lori said her chart reading with John was absolutely incredible. Cannot say enough about it. Yum. I'm going to kiss you. Thank you. I know. He's a doll. He really is. He's still my hero. He still is my hero. I mean, I make no bones about how lucky I'm blessed I feel to still be so deeply in adoration of the person that I've known for over 40 years. Like, it's crazy. And oh, yeah. Okay. So you guys, and I'll check your comments here soon. You know, my ADHD stuff, I'll go squirrel. Okay. So we got this thing. This energy right now is we're culminating, right? The moon is receiving light. So we use planets as a metaphor, right? The metaphor is we're getting bigger, we're getting expanded, we're getting to the point where we're seeing, we're receiving, we're getting the bigger picture. Okay, the spotlight. Think of it like that. The spotlight is growing. And as we do that, it's in the sign that it matters, in the sign of Taurus, we start seeing like life from that perspective of what does survival look like? What does my security look like? How am I feeling safe? Where am I feeling safe? Those issues of Taurus start mattering a whole lot. That's why the sign that the moon is in matters. What is Taurus all about? Taurus is all about the body, the sensuality of the body. Okay, and then and you guys, okay, good. Not losing me. Everything good. Okay, good. Good. All right. It's saying that my bit rate is okay right now, so I'm hoping we're good. If you all just post something if it sounds like my sound is drifting. Now, also we look here at, I'm putting in Venus in the chart because Venus is at 28 degrees of Libra. I'll talk about these Taurus issues in a minute, but Venus also rules Taurus. So we want to know where Venus is. Venus is in Libra, but it's at 28. And that means it's going to be at 29, that magic number that freaks everybody out because it's the most that a sign can be is 29 degrees, 59 minutes before it changes signs. So Venus is about to implode in Libra here. So we're feeling that intensity. We're feeling that relational pull, okay? Oh, thank you, Lenny. And as we move forward, I want you to notice this. Mercury here is slowing down because we're going into a Mercury retrograde next week. And so Mercury starts slowing down. So we got all this energy. We have the groundedness of Taurus. I want you to sort of feel this. I'm going to bring myself back into the picture. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, there's so many things. There's so many things we count on here to work and keep working. And when they don't, it's sort of like it is a little frustrating because I know Erica plans her shows as I do. And it's sort of like you just don't want that stuff to get lost. All right. So now I'm going to bring me back in the picture, you guys, just to talk for a minute. And I'll do here. Okay. There we go. So the chart's up here. And as we come into Taurus, let's talk a little bit about the issues of Taurus. The issues of Taurus are desire, managing desire. Okay, every Taurus understands this, and every person who has Taurus in their chart, and that's everybody, basically knows that Taurus is about taming the bull of desire. So the myth was King Minos prayed for a bull from Poseidon so he could basically say that he deserves to be king and have the land. I mean, because whoever had the biggest bull, right, got to be king, got to be the winner. And it was gorgeous, this bull. And he gets it, and he doesn't want to give it back. Taurus issue alert. Y'all ever give Taurus something and want it back? I make fun of my Taurus friends. I have a Taurus sister, and I have a ton of Taurus friends, right? You don't give something to a Taurus and expect it back. It's not, there's no such thing as lend here, okay? So it's cute. And listen, I will diss every sign. Just Taurus, don't take me personally. I'm not trying to out you. And I know that everything I'm saying is a generalization, okay? But energetically, there ain't about giving their stuff up. This moon is about our stuff. Okay? It's the issue of what makes you feel secure, what makes you feel insecure. All of that is up on this moon. And so it's a good moon to see if there's any gaps in your sense of security. Is there something that's making you feel a little less safe, less whole? How's your body? Are you looking at your body issues? Is it time to relook at the diet? Is it time to whatever? It's not about self-hate either. It's about, are you comfortable where it's at, where you are? All that stuff is up, okay, a little bit. And I know for some of you, that's like, that's up every day for me. It's nothing special. I get that. But wherever Taurus is in your chart, it has this little special meaning during this cycle that we're in. And so what happens is the issues that start appearing to you, they look like they're coming from the outside, are simply coming from the inside, but you're getting to see them out here. So pay attention to how you're judging people. Pay attention to how you're judging the world. Are you looking at the world and saying, it's not safe out there? Okay. A reflection. You're not feeling safe in here. It's not up to the world to make you safe. It's up to you to make you safe. Number one, big issue for the full moon. Now, Mercury is slowing down, which means you're getting a chance to hold those thoughts longer than a minute. And Mercury's going to come back to this whole time period, right? So I'm going to explain the Mercury retrograde. I got my special wheel here that spins. I'm not going to drag it out now. My members saw it. But I'm going to be able to spin, like put a chart up there and turn it and show things. But for right now, I want you to imagine Mercury is moving forward and it stops. At some point, it'll stop Sunday. And it starts looking like it's moving backwards. It's like when you're on the highway and you pass a car, Mercury isn't really moving backwards. The universe isn't blowing up. You pass a car on the highway and it looks like that car is going backwards compared to you moving forward. That's all that is, okay? But because it's Mercury and because it's a metaphor for our thoughts, they're slowing down too. We're going to start doing a review here shortly. It's in Sag now, but it goes back to Scorpio. It's going to go back to the time back to October, like 22nd or so. So we're going to be looking at issues that were there for a while, and then we're going to see how you've resolved them. So we sort of like use Mercury. I love Mercury retrogrades because not only does your psychic radar really get big, you have an opportunity to really see like what's going on, but you get a chance to like let something break down so you can fix it, because otherwise letting it break down when you least expect it, like people are like, things break down and you can't plan trips. All that is crap. All that is crap. I promise you. You don't believe the hype. People love hyping this stuff. Mercury is one of the most blessed times. And if you make a note for yourself of what has happened during this little Mercury retrograde period, and you write down the blessings that came through, and I know I sound like Pollyanna. Everybody accuses me of being too Pollyanna. Trust me, if you knew me, you'd know that isn't true. But if you start looking at what gifts came during the retrograde, your list is going to overflow because that's how the cycle starts. Now, that's coming up Sunday. We got more to talk about, though, and I mentioned this to many of you. I'm going to put in Mars in this chart. So you can see it blinking up there. It's right next to Mercury. So it's right here. I'll see if you can see it. I'll switch the screen so you can actually see it really big. But Mars, so check this out. See it blinking up there next to Mars? Next to Mercury, that's Mars, and Mars is basically at 0. Now watch this, I'm going to add Uranus. See it down here? See, watch next to the moon. Keep your eye on that moon. Mars and Uranus are opposite each other, you guys. That opposition is so powerful, I can't even begin to explain it. It's okay. At its base form, it's an accident. It's a surprise element that has to do with bashing around something. Okay. And on the lower base level, we're talking explosions and like surprise events. Like Jane mentioned today from my morning astrology moment that she knew somebody. There's a car blew, the tire blew on the highway. Okay, so that's the worst part of it, right? Surprise things like that. The best part of it is serendipity, spontaneity, those S words that really have to do with surprise. This element of like, wow, out of the blue. That kind of energy is also here. And because it's in Gemini and because it's in Sag, it's about inspiration. This is the stuff that can come to our minds and really give us the gifts that we've been looking for out of the blue, out of the blue. So how do we prepare for something like that? Well, one of the ways to prepare for that, okay, that's okay. So I see that you can't see live. Is that because something on your internet? Thanks, Tracy. It's so good to have you here. And don't forget to put your hubby's post link to the t-shirts. So you guys, absolutely this cycle for now, what's happening for us and what we get to do is take that Taurus full moon, which is Wednesday, okay? Wednesday at 5 in the morning, 5:19 a.m. All right. Up to that point, we start thinking about how we want to ground things in, where we want to anchor who we are, right? What feels safe. What do you want to see in life? It's like gratitude. It's not really praying. It's one step above praying. It's gratitude. Like if you're grateful because you just trust things are going to happen, that feels so much more powerful. And don't forget to use the gratitude board at 12listen.com because all this stuff has been put together for you. No, nothing's asked of you. Just put what you're grateful for at 12listen.com. There's a lot of newcomers, so I have to say things over and over again. So you guys that have been here for a while, thank you for your patience and understanding me having to repeat myself on things like that. But use the gratitude board. I promise you. I have never, ever taken the time to do anything with your email addresses, anything. I don't care. I don't want it. I don't care. I want you happy, and I want you to come here because you want to come here, not because you're feeling obliged or that you feel. I don't want you to ever feel unsafe being here. Okay. Now, you use the full moon, this Taurus energy, first to ground in what you want, what you would like to see, what you are seeing, what's going on with your body, what's going on with your physical environment, what makes you feel safe. Bring that energy in, okay? Mars opposing Uranus is that surprise factor, that push, that boost, that sort of like it can shake your world. But if you're anchored in to the things you love, to what you like, keep that focus going, that stuff is just going to be a gift to you. It really is. This isn't Mars opposition Uranus is actually compatible elements. That's fire and air coming together. And what they do is they make an amazing, amazing combination of energy. And it can be big. And because it's Uranus, we don't know if it's going to be big good or big bad, but we just know it'll be big. And so what we do during these times is we bring consciousness in. We bring a little bit of awareness in. We bring trust in, okay? You have trust. You have a basic trusting foundation that life works for you, okay? This is where you bring that spiritual connection in, bring God in, bring whatever it is that makes you reminded that you're part of something bigger. Bring that in. That's what full moons are for. Now, when we look at the degree of the full moon, it's at 13. Then we go to our special little book by Dane Rudhyar, Astrological Mandala, and we read what 14 Taurus is, not 13, because you go to the degree above. Just let me tell you the heading. On the beach, children play while shellfish grope at the edge of the water. Keynote is returning to simpler joys for realization. Wow, does that ever nail this full moon for me? It's remembering the simple things in life. Our health, our okayness, our sense of safety. Those things matter. And how much fear are you spreading in the world? What are you listening to? Who are you listening to? Okay. Okay, you talked about getting a reading with John. I'm not a member, but I will look into it as they offer readings without being a member. Yes, he does, sweetheart. You can do it. You don't have to be a member. Just you have to reach out to him. It's a different price, but you can reach out to him if you can't be a member, and we'll work with you. I promise, whatever you need. Okay. So Dane Rudger is saying, we're returning to the simpler joys for revitalization. Listen, you guys, we forget it just gets complicated, and Taurus simplifies everything. This is the gift of Taurus. You know, I make fun of Taurus. But where I don't make fun of Taurus is they will remind you of the simple joys of life. They will remind you that just being here, sitting here, being in this present moment, not feeling an ache or a pain or having a be here now thing. Buddha, who is the biggest Taurus that you know? The whole thing was to be a Zen moment of like realizing simple things matter. Remember Eckhart Tolle said, you can't be, to be here now in this very moment, to actually look at every single thing that's happening in this moment makes it impossible for the past or the present to affect you, because in this moment is sheer joy, because you could bring sheer joy to a split second moment. That's the kind of stuff we're looking for. With Mars and Uranus offering a certain kind of surprise, a spontaneous surprise, a combustionable surprise, there's a chance that we get ourselves centered long enough that we can really experience a shift that we've never had before. That's Mars Uranus. And because they're compatible, I really think it could be powerful, and I think it could be good. And I think that if we hold on, because I was listening to other astrologers, you know, I want to do reaction videos too, where people put the video here and then they talk about it. I'm just like, not sure. I'm not sure, because there's a lot of astrologers out there with a lot of junk, and I don't want to make fun of people. I just want to tell you, if you listen to somebody and they scared you, they won the battle. You understand that, right? They win, because the person who can give out the fear gets you. Because who's going to take away the fear? That's why my readers, that ones who listen, they know better. It's not ever about fear. That's why you get to hear them on the radio and you get to talk to them, you get to see them. Because the whole idea was real people having a real experience, talking to you about real things they believe, and what they believe that has been screened for is that your life works. Otherwise, what's the point in listening to somebody tell you that your life doesn't work? And to be careful, and it's very scary out there, and the world's going to fall apart. That message is old, okay? There's enough things to be afraid of, legit, okay? I get that. I'm not stupid. So, well, some people would argue that. But there's enough to be afraid of. You don't have to worry about like hearing it from somebody. There's enough to worry about. The world is like the carpet ready to be stripped from us at every time. And unless you have something solid that can never be stripped from you, and let me promise you, you do, your subconscious mind never abandons you, ever. And you can put whatever words you want into this, but there's a part of us that is solid rock connected to something way bigger. I believe that. Find your rock. And then we learn how to maneuver the day-to-day crazy, because it gets crazy. We know that. I'm not stupid to say, like, and if your life is in a shit place right now, I feel for you. I'm so sorry. Let's get you through it. Because it's real. Stuff happens, and we love blaming the victim. How many people you know that got lung cancer and the first thought is, did they smoke? Like, I want to go slap anybody that does that stuff. Stop it. Stop it. Yeah, it's a natural question. I get it. Because you might be wanting to figure out for yourself, because maybe you're secretly smoking, or maybe you never smoked and they got it anyway, and that was your big fear. Who cares? It doesn't matter. The point is, we have to look at this from a more loving place as much as we can. Somebody's in pain. Somebody's dying. Somebody's losing their life, or somebody's in the grip of fear. And we get it. So we don't need to add to that, do we? We don't need to say, oh, it's a retrograde and Mars was on your thing. So I want you to remember to stay present in the most positive sense you can without being unrealistic. That's why affirmations drive me crazy. I am not afraid. Yeah, I am afraid of everything. I am not afraid. Yeah, I am. I am not afraid. Yes, I am. Saying it a million times ain't changing that for me. Okay? So the goal here during this Taurus moon, if you know a Taurus, this is where you role model them. There's an unshakableness to Taurus. There's a part of us that doesn't, I watch my Taurus people. I'm telling you, it's amazing. It never changes. This one piece never changes. And whatever you want to yell at that or get mad at that, it could be the part that's like, you're on the couch again. But the one thing that I need right now from this energy is that. I want that. I want to be able to sit and know it's okay. I want to be able to trust and know that everything is as it's supposed to be. And you can. That's what this cycle's for. Now, Mercury is slowing down to go retrograde, and it's going to bring this review so we get to breathe a little bit. That's why I want you celebrating the Mercury retrograde. If you go in panic over a Mercury retrograde, you're buying into some crazy BS that you don't need to buy into. Over 50% of the Fortune 500 successful businesses launched under a retrograde because it happens 3 times a year. Apple did its biggest launch under a retrograde. It isn't what people are telling you. Slow it down. Everybody thinks they're all like, and there's people who are so convinced it's a bad time. So convinced. They love proving me wrong. Well, let me challenge you to prove me right. Anybody can prove me wrong. Prove me right. Make this the best time there could be. Now, let me see how y'all are doing. Please take a minute and let's look in the chat room. I love being with y'all. Cosmic, I love your message. I was just listening to Louise Hayes' gratitude. God bless Louise, right? Louise, let me tell you. That woman never, ever lost it. When I met her, and I was like, she was like real, right? She wasn't always like, she wasn't just all smiles and friendly. She was real. She was real. I was her chauffeur. I got relegated to chauffeur. Mark, I'm ready. Okay, you don't have to go. Did I say anything about being ready? I didn't want to go? Did I ask for commentary was her bottom line. But I loved her so much because she definitely had a wit and she had the power and she believed what she wrote. She really did. Sometimes to the point where it was like, I just was like, okay, I can't do that. You can. Like, the look in the mirror trick and say, I love you. It doesn't work for me. It ain't about the words. It's about something else deeper. But I love that she had that idea. And she was the first woman, first human being to get around people with AIDS and not be afraid. I had her on my radio show. I got her to drop the F-bomb publicly. It was like famous. That's my claim to fame. What's your claim to fame? On my tombstone, made Louise Hayes say the F word publicly. Because she said, I said, Louise, how come you weren't afraid? Like nobody knew what this disease was. Nobody knew. You all got to remember that. Nobody knew. I was in the gay world then. And they were like, it's the poppers, this stupid stuff you snort. Awful. And it's the stuff you're snorting. Da-da-da. Louise was in the middle with a microphone to a group of dying gay men. And made them say they loved themselves. Whew, that's heavy. So beautiful. But we forget, because then it became common knowledge, like we understood it. And then there's a psychological phenomenon when you forget what happened. Like now, no, there's a psychological phenomenon when you get the information, then you look back and it's less scary. Like, oh, we changed the history a little bit because we forget how terrifying it was. But she was in the middle of this group of men, making them say they love themselves, sitting with them. And I said, why weren't you afraid? And she said, well, I'm not fucking them. She said that to the world. And I was like, ooh. I mean, it went viral. It was crazy. It was a great moment on radio history for me. But that was her, right? She was fearless. She believed it. God bless her, man. Anyway, let me see how y'all are doing. Oh, thank you, Cosmic. That's so sweet. Brought tears to your eyes. I love your kindness, your honesty. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. You're so kind. Oh, thanks, Tracy. Y'all are making me like all goofy. Quelly, happy and blessed Monday, Mark and 12 fam. This time change has me all messed up. Quelly, I love this time change. I hate when they steal that hour from me. It gets all late and I look and it's like, it's early. I hope you adjust soon. Because you know what? The world wants to put it back to daylight time and leave it there as if you get more light. Cracks me up. Steal my hour, just leave it, whatever y'all do. Whatever y'all end up doing. Happy birthday, Pamela. Scorpios are exceptional. Lenny, be quiet. Who said that? What's your sign, Lenny? Let me remind me. That's right, Lenny. All the Scorpios. This is like Scorpio time period, isn't it? Didn't we celebrate your birthday already, Lenny? Okay, Christine. Oh, love that woman. Thank you, Louise. Mark, I have to head to the office. I hope I'm not. Oh, what are you talking about? No, that was great, girl. That's so sweet. Thank you, sweetheart. Put your link in there, Tracy. Put your link in there for your hubby. People want to buy the shirt. Please feel free to do that. Honestly, it's okay. And thank you so much for joining me. Have fun at the office. Good day today. So yeah, we're learning a lot during this time period. We just got out of a really intense time. Do y'all remember? It was like all that air trying. There was no fire in the sky. There was no earth being represented. There still is very little earth. We're grabbing this full moon like like Joni Mitchell would say, like a fig leaf in the night. We are grabbing this full moon, clutching a fig leaf, right? Because we need that Taurus energy. We got to hold on to it a little bit. We don't have a lot of earth to go on. Venus is going to go into Scorpio, which is good. We want Venus in Scorpio. I love Venus in Libra. It keeps things really nice and charming and easy to lift ourselves up. But when it goes into Scorpio, it brings some kindness to the scorpionic energy. So those of you with birthdays, Pamela, tomorrow, you're going to have, if your solar return is tomorrow, you know what a solar return is? A solar return is when the sun in the sky comes back to where it was when you were born. So that could be today, it could be tomorrow, and it could be the day after. I think for John this year, it was 2 days early. And we have reports. Members, you go to Written by the Stars, and the password's given to you. Write me if you need it, and .com. Everybody else go to 12reports.com, and then all this is changing. We've got another one coming. Lord, y'all are inspiring me. I can't even begin to tell you. Venus goes into Scorpio 2:39 p.m. Thursday Pacific time. So do your translations. That's Thursday the 6th. Venus goes in. We have some people from Australia, and I know you all are a day ahead of us. But the time, let me see. If I run the chart for Australia, I got to do that sometime and see exactly how it changes. But get this, you guys. Okay, let's breathe a minute. Mars changes signs tomorrow. There's an adjustment period. Make a note of it. Changes sign at 5 in the morning. That's big. Goes to 0 Sag. We have a full moon on Wednesday. Venus changes signs on Thursday. And you ready for this one? Uranus goes back into Taurus on Friday. I'm telling you, we are like going to be on the yacht that is hitting the high seas. And we can go to the run and hear the music. Not the Titanic. It's not the Titanic. It's a luxury cruiser built for eternity. But man, this week is crazy. Okay? Lots of changes. What does that mean? That means you're going to hold on to that full moon like you've never held on to anything in your life. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we take that moon and we anchor it, right? And what does that mean when you anchor a moon? Think about the Taurus issues. How's your body? What are you planning for dinner? Make it something really nice, healthy, feel good. What makes you feel good? Cozy, cool or warm, depending on your temperature. What, like all of those things together. What's brewing up in you? And let me tell you something. If you have this unquenchable desire showing up, if you have this unquenchable desire, the lesson of Taurus is to let it sit there for a minute. This green talks about the calcinatio. She talks about the alchemist heating it so hot that it went beyond the next level of hot until it transformed. Kind of like that, you guys. Using Taurus to be our ground, then let the world heat up around us. Let these things change and see if you can not act on anything that you feel is compulsively needed to be acted on. You just give it a whirl. See if you can do that. See if you can act by not acting, by staying present with a feeling, staying in a certain place long enough to see what happens when it goes away. It's a tough thing to do. But it's Liz Green's name, if I'm not mistaken, calcinatio. It is the alchemical process of heating something to its point beyond belief. It's where it transformed. And if we can do that during this cycle, this week particularly is the big test because we have Mars, Uranus really doing their thing. If we can get through this week, like just let that Mercury retrograde sort of anchor in like it's a docking station, then next week what we get is to let this stuff unfold like, okay. You'll feel it. You'll feel like the unwind. I mean it. But the full moon sort of starts our chance to anchor in, get that roots of the tree deep in the earth, and then let these planets move around us. Okay, let me switch the screen and let me check on you guys. Thanks, Liz. Thank you so much. Okay, and Nadine, you're saying, yes, Scorpios, if we have to travel this intensive life, I would say we are ones to experience all the realms. Good to pay attention to us. That's good. That's good. Okay, and Nadine, let's see. Pamela, I just signed up this morning. Is there a password? Yes. You signed up. For the membership, yes, there's a password. The videos tell you, but I'll put a note in a post today, Pamela, for you. Okay, sweetheart. I love your Louise stories. Takes me back to the Hay House days. Her hay rides changed the way people approach days and helped so many. Connie, they did. I think we get so used. Like somebody does something amazing and then we get used to it and then like life takes over, blah, blah, blah. And it's sort of like, oh yeah, that's old news, blah, blah, blah. She did pioneer some stuff that was like, and then she really got beat up. There was a moment there where, she went through it. The internet was accusing her of blah, blah, blah. And she's like, I remember when I just started Hay House, she called John for a reading. She called me for a reading. And I was like, girl, there's no way I was reading for her. She was like, an icon. There's no way. But John, Mr. Ground. And that was an amazing moment too. But yeah, she went through some stuff that was really hard, and then she pulled out and she came back full strength. So yeah. So if you became a member, I'll go put a post on you and welcome you after the show, and then we'll get you all up to snuff on what's available, where to go, what are the passwords, etc. Okay. All right, you guys. So how are we doing? Oh my goodness, how time goes. All right, so I guess I don't really let's go over a little bit about this moon energy. So we got the moon changes into Taurus tomorrow. So we have a void of course until about 8 a.m. tomorrow Pacific time, which it'll go into, it goes into Taurus. Now it's in Aries today. All right. So let me throw in all the planets so we can take a final look, and then I'll see if y'all have any questions. I know there's a million things I'm forgetting to tell you, but so I'm throwing all the planets in. Let me bring us back in. And then we'll just go through real quick and see if there's anything you all need to monitor. Now, for birthday time periods, I want you to pay attention to a couple things. This Mars Uranus in a birth, like when we talk about natal charts, like when you take your first breath and we take a snapshot, if this was your birthday right here that you're looking at, it would be the most magical of all. The Magi people who did years and years of research on astrology blessed the birth chart. They didn't believe the birth chart had any of the activations or the problems that a transiting chart has, okay? Once it becomes yours, it becomes a blessing, okay? And then, thank you, Lenny. Thanks for taking care of her. When you look at the wheel here, okay, let me just take us on this little tour. I should never look in the room. I get so lost. Okay, so I want you to notice a couple of things. If this were your birth chart, Saturn and Neptune are together. This means there's a sense of being able to manifest your dreams. Why am I saying that? Saturn is manifestation. Neptune is your dreams. Saturn, manifestation. Neptune, dreams. They're together in your chart in Pisces, the ruler of Neptune. Neptune was in Aries for a minute there. Now we're having a softer time. This is so good. Jupiter and Chiron. This is magical. They're both at 24 and 25. They're both in cardinal signs. This is like the ability to use this time for healing and to make choices about how you want to heal. It's really phenomenal how this Jupiter changes Chiron completely. Okay, and then you're going to have Venus in Libra, which is the ruler of Libra, okay? And that is the air you want to have. And you're going to have that Taurus. You're going to have every element represented. What a lovely solar return birth chart. Okay, so, and like if you do get to talk to John, he'll go over all that with you. He'll actually, if your birthday's coming up, he'll do your solar return and talk to you about it. Yeah, I mean, you're just in really good hands there. So, yeah, November is a good time for a retrograde. There's no question about it. You get to chill. It's the retrograde Novembers. So you all understand what happens. The moon and this is what I'm going to leave us with. When Mercury goes retrograde, we're passing it, right? And then what happens is as time moves on, Mercury is going to kind of catch up with the sun in the sky. And it's going to hit at a point. It will always hit the same degree that the sun is, always during a retrograde. And at that point, when it does that, everything turns around. And we'll talk about that. I'll show you visuals of it as we get closer to that event, because next Monday will be the Mercury retrograde show, right? So this is a time when you will be not only reviewing, and it goes back to October 22nd, I believe. So I'm going to go over all that with you Monday. I don't want to spend a lot of time on it today. I wanted to give you some new moon tips. For the new moon, you are releasing because the moon is at its full capacity. So if you're going to do a visualization, do a visualization that involves letting go of barriers, letting go of obstacles, letting go of any resistance you have to peace, letting go of any resistance you have to well-being, let go of judgment, especially judgments on yourself. It's okay to judge other people. You're going to do that. I think to make it wrong is kind of silly. We judge. That's what we do. What isn't okay is we take it seriously and we don't observe that we're doing it. So we think that what we're saying to ourselves might be right. We get to laugh at those things. That's what diffuses judgment. Okay? Don't go, I can't judge. It's like, well, I'm going to judge. I'm just going to not take it seriously and not ever assume that because you're seeing it, it means something about you either. It's just neutral. Neutralize everything. That's what this full moon is about. Now, if you need instruction to post a point of gratitude on the gratitude board, we won't know your name. We won't know your email address. Go to 12listen.com, 12listen.com. And at the very bottom of the screen on the left-hand side, it will say post on the gratitude board. It's so inanely small. We didn't want to, oh, I just made myself big again. We didn't want to ruin it by making it like the main point of the site, just a simple integration into the site. And then once it got locked in, we could never change it. So do that for yourselves. Leave a little post. Then people read them and we affirm them, literally. So we don't know who they're from. You're welcome to put who, if that it's you. We don't care about that. Let me wish Pamela, all of you, it's Pamela that has the birthday tomorrow, right? Happy birthday. Happy birthday to all of you Scorpios. If I missed you and you're a Libra, happy birthday to you. I think we're ready. Kat is having her show up. I'll put her address. She's after me. She does readings in the room. So you can be excited about that. So hang around for Kat, but you have to go to that address. That's the one thing about being on the radio. You could listen and she'll be up next. And I think we have good closure. Is there anything else we need to do? I just want to tell you, for the full moon, you were at the top of my list of gratitude. I'm going to be working this week to make sure you're happy. Thank you, Lenny. And thanks for all your lovely support, girl. You're amazing. And the rest of you, please, thanks for the hugs, the love, the generosity. Spread it, go out, may it all come back to you times a million. And I will be here this time next week, and I'll be talking to the members. I'll be posting silly little videos as we go. But thank you again for all the love and support, you guys. I'll be here next week. Bye-bye now. Take care of yourselves.